Tony, a phenomenal job with Sunset Baby. This was an amazing show to be able to witness. Talk about the process of being in the show.
Well, we actually had a week of table read in New York City, which really helped us intellectually get into the piece, find out who we were, what we wanted, you know, what the conflicts were. And then we got off for Christmas break, moved here to Connecticut, and we actually had a shorter rehearsal period than normal. It was like a 3.5 week. But everybody stepped up. The ensemble was terrific. Brittany and Carlton are wonderful pillars to be bouncing back and forth with. And we've been running now for almost 3 weeks. And, you know, you saw the response today. It's like that every night. And what's amazing about the show is that the people that we encounter in the lobby, you know, with what's going on in the world today, for people that are enlightened and awake, it's a nightmare. And people are just, for whatever chakra gets touched or moved, they respond to something. I had an old lady that came up to me and was crying because she's getting ready to go to West Hartford to, I mean, you know, it's the perfect political climate to be doing a piece like this, from my point of view, from my character's point of view.
And you mentioned the actors. You guys had great chemistry on stage. What was it like working with the two?
Wonderful. They're both graduates. They both have their MFA in theater, as I do, so we all have a common language of having taken apart a script before, digging deep inside of it to try to understand who we are as people and what our relationship to each other is. You know, as a father, Tony, personally, as a father, it was important to be able to do a show about, I mean, my relationship with my daughter is nothing like that, but, you know, as a working actor, there were periods of her life where she would look up and I'm off in Paris or Australia or New Zealand shooting something, and then it would be 2 months later and she's grown a little bit higher. So we went through major adjustment periods of just navigating what it is to be a professional actor and raising a family. And I think when she was 14, she spent almost a year without speaking to me. But we're best friends now. We're best buds. So, you know, it's all part of the maturation period.
Awesome. And looking at the program, I was reading about all the crew, too, and a lot of them, their resumes were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did that make the process easier knowing you're working with people with great backgrounds in theater?
Yeah, you don't have to squint. You don't have to blink. You know that somebody's got your back. I mean, you know, on surface, our set looks ordinary, but there's so many real elements in that set. The stove works, the refrigerator works. If you look carefully, the scene in the hallway changes with each scene. And it's tight. The whole thing is about a claustrophobic tea kettle, you know. And then we have the wonderful music of Nina Simone coming out throughout. So yeah, everybody came prepared. Everybody wanted to do this. Look, I live in L.A., okay? I gave up my winter in L.A. I've been lucky. There hasn't been a major northeaster, but, you know, to give up that, to come here, I must be motivated. Definitely. And then just a side note, as you know, Connecticut is my home state, so that was another part of it.
If there's someone who's on the fence about coming to see the show, what would you say to them to have them, you know, jump over the fence and get here?
Well, the only fence it makes, we sell out every night. So if they're on the fence and don't feel that the show relates to them, then, you know, they should avoid it. But if they want to care about another, theater is something that holds a mirror up to humanity. And with each experience, you got a different slice of life. Well, that's the way it should be. And so this is this particular slice of life, you know. And I think it's our director, Reginald L. Douglas, did a good job of getting us all on the same page.
Looking ahead, future projects, any of them you'd like to talk about, either theater, you know, on TV, film?
Well, there's 2 theater projects that I can't talk about yet because the contract isn't ready, but they're big. I mean, I got, I don't know, 4 films that are coming out. I know I got some voiceover work lined up. I think there's going to be return on the CW to Flash. And there's just, it's tricky because there's things I can't talk about right now.
Gotcha.
But trust me, there's interest. And I did a pilot with Kevin Smith. Awesome. Called Intelligence. So we're waiting to find out if that gets picked up. But then another pilot came along just last Friday. So we shall see. It's going to be a great year, though. Awesome. But there's a chance that I might just be doing, another show right after this. I'm not sure yet.
That's awesome. Yeah. One of the films coming up.
Classic, absolutely.
Can't wait.
I'll
One
let
of,
you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you the first scoop if and when I decide to do it.
Awesome. Thank you. One of the films coming up, Dead House?
Death House.
Death
yeah.
House.
Mhm.
You're working with a bunch of other iconic horror actors.
Mhm.
What was it like working with that cast and for that
Well,
film?
we were all shot separately. I mean,
Yeah.
I know these guys anyway because, through the convention circuit, they're all friends and acquaintances of mine. And Harrison Smith, who's also a former Connecticut person, now lives in Pennsylvania, is behind the helm. So I trust that it'll be good. There's another film called West of Hell that I'm really, really excited about, only because it's just more. And it's written by and directed by a USC student named Michael Steves. Actually, I'm sorry, he went to Wesleyan. My daughter went to Wesleyan, so there's a connection there. And that takes place on a train in a purgatory western.
Awesome. When I spoke to you back in August, you were talking about you're looking for some fresh faces in film. Since then, we've had movies like Don't Breathe come out and the Bye Bye Man and Lights Out.
Did you like Bye Bye Man?
I haven't had the chance to see it yet. However, I've heard it has comparisons to Candyman.
Well, it's a derivative.
Gotcha. What are your thoughts on the horror movies that we've seen since then?
I haven't. I saw Don't Breathe. It was fine. I told you this before. I'm a film guy. Period. I'm not locked into any one particular genre.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this particular Oscar season is really strong. I got a bunch of screeners. Moonlight is the movie of the year. It's the best movie.
I just saw that. That was awesome.
I mean, it's a new for a kid that just got out of school 4 years ago, and to be able to get a story that was originally a play and to make it into a film is magical. That and then Fences, Manchester by the Sea. These are all wonderful films. Fences, I actually got to do that role once up in Rochester, so it's a beast and a completely different kind of demented fatherhood. That's the things we seek out at this point in life.
What was it like seeing Denzel Washington portray the part?
It was difficult, but he did a great job.
Tony, thank you so much. I really appreciate the
Thank
time.
you for taking the time out from your travels in Watertown, coming to Little Hyford, and seeing our 90-minute production. It means a lot.
It was awesome.
Speaking for the entire cast and the production things, I hope that we satisfied you.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.